Hi. Good morning, campers. So, got my neon. What do you think? I like it too. Got a really cool find today. This is Bardstown from the Origin series. This is the yellow label. You know, this is their entry level at 96 proof. 60% corn, 36% rye, 4% malted barley. This was distilled in the fall of 2018. Distilled and bottled by Bardstown Bourbon Company. Went to the Bardstown store in Kentucky. It was great. And that's where I got, it's somewhere in here, a bottle of their Origin Series Bottled and Bond, which is for under 50, just under $50, one of my favorite bottles in the entire world. Normally when I'm trying out a new brand, I like to go for entry level, or you can't go wrong with a bottle and bond. And if those are good, I know to keep going. Honestly, my equation's working out so far. It's worked for Old Pepper. It's definitely worked for Red Line. Old Forester for another one. Ben Holiday. Yeah, you go in, you find their bottled and bond because you know it's going to be good, but it's not going to be their creme de la creme. It's going to be their good enough for the government. Not saying that's not good. So, yeah, fuck the government. When I got the Bardstown Origin Series Bottled and Bond and I tried it, I couldn't stay out of that bottle. I time traveled because of that bottle. I was sitting there 1 minute and next minute it was daylight. I was in bed and the birds were chirping, which that's not good, but man, it was so delicious. So recently, and why I'm going on such a rant about Bardstown, I couldn't get it in Missouri or Kansas for the longest time. I had to go to, the closest place was Illinois, which I never did. I got some in Kentucky, and then I made a trip out to Colorado and grabbed another bottle of the Bottled and Bond. But now, guess what you can get in Kansas and Missouri? I got this in Missouri today, just sitting up on the shelf at Hy-Vee. They had this one, the Bottled and Bond, the rye, and a couple that I'm not paying that much fucking money for yet. But the price was right. This was under $50. The Bottled and Bond was right around $50. I think the rye was 52. The other two, I still don't know what they were. One was a maroon label. I didn't pay much attention to them because once you get upwards of around $186 for a bottle, I lose interest. Especially when they're as delicious as Bardstown is at around $50. Do I really want something, 3 times as good as that? Do you want to turn on my channel and see my O face? No, nobody wants to see that. That's why the lights are off. But we're going to get into this boy right here, and we're going to see if it compares to the Bottled and Bond. We might. Ha! I caught you. Why do you have a goddamn knife that close? Well, that's more of your goddamn business. If you're a Bardstown fan, or if you don't like Bardstown, or if you've never tried Bardstown, leave something in the comments, man. Love to hear from you if you got an opinion one way or another. Because, I mean, everybody's got an opinion. They're like sphincters. Some of them stink worse than others. But all are valued. All are valued. Ta-da! Ellie. That was a nice little cork pop. Yeah. It smells a whole hell of a lot like good whiskey. I'm actually picking up a little pepper, like a little white pepper. There's also a little sweet note. If memory serves me, I thought I picked up like some brown sugar on the Bald Bond. I don't know why. Maybe we need to go back to the Bald Bond and check it out, but I was expecting it here and I'm not. There's a little sweet note, but it's not Rebel. That's interesting. I'm liking that for a 96 proof bottle for 40 some bucks. That's pretty damn good. Let's go in again before I talk a bunch of shit. Man, it's got a decent mouthfeel for 96 proof. It coats pretty good, and the finish stays around pretty long. Not great coating, not great, good, expected. As far as the flavor, I gotta be honest. There's almost like a little cereal thing, like Cheerios or something going on right at the front. Maybe a little honey, but there's some spice in there, and there's that little pepper note. I like that. It changes every sip because that one's even sweeter. And the spices, that rye spice is kind of shining through a little. That's a pretty damn good pour. We'll drink again. Yeah, so I'd have to say it's pretty safe to dive into some Bardstown. Do you need to go blow almost $200 on a bottle? Man, I don't know. I mean, there's a little stupid white trash hillbilly psychopath in me that wants to try that, but I think I'm going to wait until I see it on a menu. One of the upper tier Bardstowns and try it one sip at a time, maybe $8 to $10 at a time, 12, whatever it costs, before I just jump in. But I recommend this. I like the Bald & Bond better. As I recall, I was through the moon, and everybody I've had try it was just, asshole over tea kettle. Just happy about it. So, quick job story. This is humorous. I work with a buddy of mine named David Frank. He's a good old boy from Tennessee. And the other day, my buddy Billy is explaining to him, because you got balconies and then you got solid floors, which are that's the rec room. Then you got a balcony and you got the ground floor. And he's explaining to him how they're labeling, which floor is which. So he can, he's a surveyor, but for lack of a better term, we call them layout guys. Dave's a real sharp guy, super, super smart guy, but he's got that Tennessee thing to where everything he says makes you think he's not that fucking smart. But super, super sharp guy. I could not do what he does. And you ever get a chance to meet old Dave, just listen to some of his stories. He's an interesting cat. I really like him. But he's having a hell of a time with this numbering system. And he says to Billy, there's more than one way to eat an elephant. And I'm standing there, I'm like, Dave, that's not how that goes. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. And Billy, of course, he goes, no wonder you can't understand which is the second floor. You don't even know that fucking saying. And I thought I was going to piss myself. And there Dave is just, no. You can start at its feet. You can use your hands. You can use a fork. There's more than one way to eat an elephant. So I guess that saying's maybe a little bit different in Tennessee. But, here in Missouri, we eat an elephant one bite at a time. Anyway, Bardstown. Now I'm getting a little graham cracker thing. Yeah, that's a neat pour, man, because it just keeps getting better. It gets better every sip. Yeah, I was done with this video. I took another sip, and now I'm like, no, we're gonna hang out a minute because that was, goddamn, that's good, man. Bardstown, that's the shit. You know what else Bardstown makes? Green River, which unfortunately did really shitty in a blind recently. But you know what? I'm gonna give them a second chance because what I'd had was good. But Bardstown, anything that says Bardstown on it, which I've had two, has been good to me. And I'm going to continue to buy them. Just not paying $186 for their stuff. Sorry. I'll do it. I'll do it for Dickel. Not for Bardstown. Sorry. Can't do it. Oh, look at the legs on that baby. Look at that. That is Sophia Loren. All right. Anyway, hope you liked my shirt. Thanks for playing.